It's your favorite time again, math with Mr. Evans. Yay! All right, you guys, today we are doing 13.1, which is converting customary units of length. What does that mean? Well, units of length, we have feet, inches, yards, and miles we're going to talk about today. So first, let's write these down. We've got 1 foot, which is equal to 12 inches. So 1 foot and 12 inches are the same length. Okay. 1 yard, think of a yardstick, is equal to 3 feet, which is also equal to 36 inches. So 1 yard, 3 feet, and 36 inches are all the same length. And then finally, we have 1 mile, which is equal to 1,760 yards, which is also equal to 5,280 feet. Now, we don't convert miles into inches because that would just be way too big. So you don't have to do inches with miles, but you do have to do yards and feet. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to convert different measurements from one of these labels to another. So let's take a look. If I have a problem like 5 feet, and the FT stands for feet, and I want to convert it into inches, well, I know that 1 foot has 12 inches in it. So 5 feet means I must take 5 of those feet and multiply it by 12 inches. So 5 times 12 equals 60 inches. So 5 feet is the same length as 60 inches. What if I had 9 feet and I wanted to change it to yards? Well, I know that 9 feet, there's 3 feet in a yard, so if I have 9 feet, I'm going to divide it by 3 feet for each yard. So 9 divided by 3 equals 3 yards. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. Evans, how do you know all these conversions? Well, I made this wonderful cheat sheet for you guys. Okay, so all you have to do is pick which unit you are converting from and going to, and then plug in your numbers and complete the equation. So how do you use it? Well, if I have 3 yards and I want to get it into inches, okay, I'm going to jump back to the previous page. And you can see here, I'm going to go from yards to inches. If you find yards to inches is in blue, yards, and then to inches is green. So yards to inches, it says blank yards times 36 equals blank inches. So if I'm going from yards to inches, I have to multiply by 36. All right, so my problem of 3 yards equals how many inches? It says I need to multiply 3 yards times 36, and that will give me my inches, which is 108. So in 3 yards, it's the same amount as 108 inches. How about 5 feet? 5 feet, we want to change it into inches. So how many inches are in 5 feet? Well, if you go back to our chart, we're going to go from feet to inches. So you can see on the right side there, the red from feet to the green inches. It says feet times 12 equals inches. So let's go back, get back to our problem. There we go, 5 feet to inches. It said times 12. So 5 feet times 12 equals 60 inches. All right, let's try another one. 45 inches equals how many yards? So from that chart that I was showing you, to go from inches to yards, you have to divide by 36. So that means I'm going to have 45 divided by 36. Okay, so 45 divided by 36. I'm going to come do this problem over on the side here. 45 divided by 36. I don't know my 36 times tables, but I do know that 36 goes in 1 time. Twice would be way too big, so I know it's only once. 36, subtract, and I end up with 9. Okay, so we went in one time, so we got 1 yard out of 45 inches. Okay, so out of all those 45 inches, we got 1 yard. But what about this remainder? What about 9 that's left over? 9 what? What are those? What did we start with? We started with inches, so that 9 is what's left in inches. So we got 1 yard, and then there's 9 inches left over. There's not enough inches to make another yard, so we just have to write it as inches. Let's try another one like that. 56 feet to how many yards? So on that chart, it said to go from feet to yards, you have to divide by 3. So if I say 56 divided by 3, I'm going to have to do a division problem. 56 divided by 3. And I know it can go in, let's go with 10 times. Because 10 times 3 is 30. Subtract, I get 26. And then 3 times 8 would give me 24. Subtract, and I get a remainder of 2. So 10 and 8 gives me 18, which means out of 56 feet, I can get 18 yards. So I got 18 yards. But don't forget, we have that remainder. That 2 that's left over is what we started with, and we started with feet. So that remainder 2 is 2 feet. So the final answer is 18 yards and 2 feet left over.